This could potentially overtake us here. This is getting a little scary.
Yeah.
Holy sh**.
Okay, yeah, this is...
Okay, y'all need to hurry up here. Like, seriously.
Fire danger is a concern across the state. Just today, Governor Tim Walz declared a peacetime emergency and mobilized the Minnesota National Guard to respond to multiple wildfires in northern Minnesota.
We're encased in flames now.
You guys gotta go backwards. Go.
Hello, Jody, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you there. I'm telling you, we're notching up.
This could potentially overtake us here. This is getting a little scary.
Yeah.
Holy sh**.
Okay, yeah, this is...
Okay, y'all need to hurry up here. Like, seriously, we're encased in flames now.
You guys gotta go backwards. Go.
Hello, Jody, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you there. I'm telling you, we're notching up.
Right now, more than 100 fires are burning out of control. One blaze alone has swallowed up 6,500 acres. The danger is so extreme that the entire boundary waters in Minnesota is completely shut down. Forest rangers are literally going campsite to campsite, scrambling to evacuate up to 10,000 visitors.
YMCA of the North tells us Camp Widgewagon and Camp du Nord are being evacuated because of those wildfires. We know some campers were also evacuated from Ontario. The decision comes as local emergency agencies move to the set phase of the Ready, Set, Go wildfire framework.
So we actually didn't even wait until go. We made a decision between air quality potential as well as that encroaching fire being as there's one road in and out of the North Arm, which is the North Arm Trail, that we didn't want to create further crisis by having all folks evacuate at one time.
And right now, YMCA teams are working to contact families with updates about their kids and their next steps to keep them safe.
Some of those rescues are now coming from the sky. Today, the Royal Canadian Air Force had to step in with helicopters to airlift a group of 11 Minnesota teens and their camp counselors who were trapped by flames just across the border.
Now, we've learned Minnesota National Guard's deployment up north has been extended until the end of the month under an executive order from Governor Walz. They're helping the DNR with evacuations and working to control fires.
As of this morning, we have 4 Black Hawk helicopters, a fuel tanker, and a little more than 20 personnel supporting the mission.
And as fires burn, people are leaving parts of St. Louis County.
As we drove north, the smoke just kept getting thicker. Then came the ash.
So we're seeing a lot of ash falling from the sky right now. In fact, there's one that was almost on top of my head, and then it went back up into the air with the air drifts. It's all over the place here. What you're seeing on this hood, this isn't dirt or dust. This is just the ash that has fallen on this vehicle.
That's pretty close.
Nearly 200 wildfires are burning across parts of Canada and Minnesota, sending plumes of smoke south, creating hazy skies. One of those fires forced a freight train crew in Canada to wait as flames surrounded the tracks. The operator later suspended rail service in that area, and everyone on board was safe. Local health experts say the smoke can be a concern for people with respiratory conditions and recommend limiting time outside when air quality is poor.
If you have chronic lung diseases with poor air quality, that can certainly exacerbate those symptoms. And the reason is that once the air quality is poor, it means that there are particles in the air coming from these pollutants that when we go outside, we end up breathing these things in. and then they get into our bloodstream and everywhere else in our body, and then it can certainly lead to ill effects.
If you think wildfire smoke is bad for your health, just wait until you see what the government is purposely spraying on you and your family.
Oh, what the fuck? These guys are spraying shit on our fucking plant. These guys are spraying our forests. That's probably glyphosate. You pieces of shit. Spraying this shit around all of our families?
We received information about an incident involving DNR fire crews and a JDI herbicide spray plane while fighting a forest fire in the Chipman area. As information began to unfold, we called for an investigation into the matter. When asked, a spokesperson for the Department of Natural Resources told members of the media there was no such incidents, nothing to see here. However, we sent a right to information request to the department, which shows that there were in fact not one, but 2 incidents involving glyphosate spraying in the vicinity of DNR employees who were fighting forest fires.
You can guarantee they are spraying something that is not good for us people to be breathing in down here. And it's likely glyphosate.
Ever since its introduction by Monsanto in the early 1970s, glyphosate has become the most widely used herbicide in Canadian forestry. It's applied over vast areas of publicly owned forests every single year. It works by interfering with amino acid synthesis in plants, and it's used to kill weeds and broadleaf vegetation. It targets broadleaf plants like birch, oak, and maple, and it weakens trees, leaving it more susceptible to things like budworm, which can actually cause more fires.
Can the minister explain why a spokesperson for his department denied that this incident occurred?
The Minister of Natural Resources and Energy Development.
Monsieur le Président, merci pour la question. C'est mon plaisir.
Thank you for the question. I'm pleased to answer this question to the member opposite.
Well, I've seen a significant amount of information about it, not because I got a call from the member opposite or I received an email or any form of other communication, but rather viewing it on his Facebook post. Now, I want to share something with the members. Contrary to popular belief or what you may think, not everything you see on social media is true. That's why I'm a little disappointed that the member didn't pick up the phone and give me a call so we could have talked through that and I could have explained. When he talks about incidences or what not as it relates to this particular issue, I ensured that the department did a thorough investigation and protocols were followed. There are protocols up to and not limited to the very wind speed and direction of the wind during any of our aerial applications. So when the member opposite would like to have a conversation, perhaps we could not focus on Facebook, but pick up the phone and call us. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Fredericton Grand Lake and leader of his party.
Thank you, Minister, and I agree, not everything on Facebook is true, of course, but the right to information that I hold in my hand sure is, and it verifies everything that I've just said.
But what's even worse than that, this World Health Organization report suggests that according to them, glyphosate is probably carcinogenic. Even the International Agency for Research on Cancer says that, quote, glyphosate is probably carcinogenic to humans.
So further to the RTI request, we also learned that when the incident took place, it was brought to the attention of the Provincial Fire Chief Fire Center, who then contacted JDI to investigate. Now that seems odd to me. Can the minister explain to the public who it is that investigates these types of incidents? Is it industry or is it the Department of Natural Resources? Because according to this report, it seems to me the fox is guarding the henhouse.
And if that wasn't enough, according to Health Canada's own assessment, overexposure to glyphosate products may lead to skin and eye irritation, nausea and vomiting, and respiratory effects such as nose irritation and asthma in workers and others, if labeled directions are not followed. Quebec banned the use of herbicides containing glyphosate on its crown lands in 2001, but that restriction doesn't extend to anywhere else in Canada. Susan Chiblow, an assistant professor at the University of Guelph, explains the impact of glyphosate, a key ingredient in certain herbicides. When it's sprayed, it spreads far and wide. As a result, all the wildlife, from moose to mice to bees, vacates the area. That should be a clear sign that it's not good for humans either. Environmental groups like Friends of the Earth Canada, the Suzuki Foundation, Safe Food Matters, and Environmental Defense Canada all have launched a court challenge on Health Canada's conclusions on glyphosate.
I'm hearing a rabbit trail of misinformation. The member opposite, not unlike his Facebook post, is full of conjecture and little questions that could lead people to maybe form opinions that aren't based in fact. Of course the Fire Centre investigates, and of course the Fire Centre reaches out to the proponent and to the licensee. A collaborative effort between them and the department will ensure that all protocols are followed. To insinuate that a fox is guarding the henhouse when we're talking about someone who is directly involved in those operations, to not include them in that investigation would be irresponsible. Just as irresponsible as trying to create some narrative of fear or conspiracy by a Facebook post. Mr. Speaker, it's time that we talk about facts related to this stuff, not irresponsible posting that's done through social media. Anytime you want to talk about the great way we manage this forest, we're open for business.
It is official. This is the worst air quality ever recorded in the Twin Cities. That's according to the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. We have smoke from the northern wildfires, both in the Boundary Waters and up in Canada. It's been heavy in the metro since yesterday, and it's going to be another smoky one today.
All of my senses are being impacted. My eyes, I can taste it, I can smell it. You can obviously see the haze behind me. And like you said, this is really terrible air quality, one of the worst that we've seen. And the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency says that the air right now is unhealthy for everyone. And if you do have to spend time outdoors, you might want to consider wearing one of these, an N95 mask. Now, of course, this haze, it's all stemming from wildfires up north. Now, I have an image to show you of just what 24 hours can do. This photo on the left, it was taken in Ely at 1 p.m. Tuesday. The photo on the right, taken from that very same spot, 1 p.m. Wednesday. Ely sits close to several of the firefights happening right now up north. There are at least 17 wildfires burning in the Boundary Waters and Superior National Forest, and that smoke has now made its way to the Twin Cities. The MPCA says everyone should avoid outdoor activity as much as possible today. A large chunk of the state is in that maroon or hazardous category. The worst air quality can rank, and that means that the air is unhealthy for everyone, not just vulnerable groups. Health experts say that the combination of extreme heat and poor air puts extra stress on the body and can worsen asthma or other heart and lung conditions.